based on electrical conductivity, materials can be classified into conductors and insulators or dielectrics. And the third type of category is semiconductors. Depending on the charge flow, depending on charge conduction, there will be three types of materials possible. One is conductor, and the other one is insulator, or you can call it as dielectric, or you can call it as non-conductor, and the other category is semiconductor. In this chapter, mostly we will be dealing with conductor. About semiconductors, we will be learning in fresh new chapter. So in this particular chapter, we will be dealing with only conductors and dielectrics. So conductors are those materials in which the outermost electrons are very loosely bound. The outermost electrons are very loosely bound. They are able to move freely. So in case of conductors, there will be free electrons. Those free electrons are able to move on the surface. Therefore, charge can be easily transferable on the surface of the conductor. Example for conductor is metals. All metals come under category of conductors. Copper, aluminum, iron, they are example for conductors. And next category is insulator or dielectric or non-conductors. As name itself tells you, non-conductors. Non-conductors mean there will be no conduction possible in case of dielectric materials because there are no free electrons. In case of insulators, all the electrons are tightly bound. All the electrons are tightly bound so that electrons cannot move or electrons cannot flow on the surface. That type of material is said to be as non-conductor or a dielectric material. So as there are no free electrons in non-conductor, there will be no transfer of charge in case of a dielectric medium. Example for insulator is plastic, rubber, wood, etc. So those materials where there are no free electrons, such materials they are called as insulators or dielectrics. And the other category is semiconductors. In semiconductors, there will be relatively less number of free electrons. There are less number of free electrons which are available in valence band by external agent. When you are providing some external energy, electrons from valence band overcome its energy and it become free. Such type of materials are called as semiconductors. Semiconductors can behave as conductors at room temperature. At room temperature, semiconductors can behave as conductors and they can behave as non-conductors as well. And non-conductors at 0 Kelvin. If the temperature is 0 Kelvin, then semiconductors will behave as non-conductors. If it is room temperature, if there is some additional temperature, then in such cases, electrons gain energy and they can enter into conduction band. As a result, it will behave as conductor. So the conclusion of this slide is depending on transfer of charge and electrical flow, there are three different types of materials possible. They are conductors, insulators, and semiconductors. In conductors, there are free electrons. They are loosely bound. Therefore, electrons are able to flow freely on the surface. Therefore, charge flow is possible in conductors. Whereas in insulators, as there are no free electrons, electrons are tightly bound. They are unable to move. Therefore, charge transfer does not take place in non-conductor or dielectric material. Therefore, they are said to be as insulators. Whereas in semiconductors, external energy will result semiconductors into conductors. So semiconductors can behave as conductors and as well as non-conductors. Right. When we are dealing with the transfer of charge, as a charge transfer takes place from one material to another material. So in this session, we are going to learn how charge transfer takes place from one surface to another surface. That's what charging a body, charging a neutral body or charging a body. Generally, if you consider any material, say this is a conductor. For this conductor, there will be equal amount of positive and negative charges. Say one is positive and the other one will be negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. There are equal number of positive and negative charges present on this conductor, right? So as a result, this is said to be as neutral. This is neutral. Similarly, you can take another sphere. Let me name this sphere as A and let me name this sphere as B. And this is also electrically neutral. Positive and negative charges are equal. This is also neutral. Like this, in the universe, there will be neutral bodies everywhere. But however, due to some external causes, these neutral bodies can be charged. So how does these neutral bodies can be charged? As I already told you, when there is some negative charge transferred from surface B to surface A, say for example, this negative charge is entering into the surface of A. As a result, it will not be neutral because there is one more negative charge coming over here. Therefore, negative charge is dominating, then this will become negatively charged. Whereas in case of surface B, there will be excess positive charges. Therefore, this one will now be positively charged, right? So a neutral body can be charged if and only if there is imbalance of charge by transferring of electrons from one surface to another. If there is transfer of electric charge from one surface to another surface, then only a neutral body can be charged. So usually there will be different ways you can charge a neutral body. Those different ways I am going to explain now. Different types of charging a neutral body is, the first method is charging by induction. You can charge a body by charging by induction. And the second method is charging by conduction. And the third way you can transfer charge is charging by friction. There are three different ways you can charge your body: charging by induction, charging by conduction, and charging by friction. So first, by roughly I will explain what is mean by charging by conduction and charging by induction and friction, and then I'll show you a PPT by which you can have a revision of induction, conduction, and friction. First, I will explain here on the screen. Now, the first way, charging by induction. Charging by induction. Now, let me take a sphere which is mounted on insulating stand, and this is neutral. Now, let me take a glass rod which is charged. This is glass rod and it is charged. I am considering this as positively charged. By default, you can take positive. It is charged body. Now, this is neutral. It is neutral body. My aim is to transfer some amount of charge and I should make this neutral body into charged. So what I do, as this is neutral conductor, as it is conductor, there are free electrons, right? This has free electrons. As these electrons are free, they are able to move on the surface. So when there is a glass rod placed nearby this conductor, what actually happens is the charge inside this get polarized. Like whatever the total charge which is present, positive and negative charges which are present over here, they get polarized like this. So as it is positive charge over here, negative charge get distributed towards this surface. Because it is positive, you are bringing this positive closer to neutral conductor. As a result, all the negative charges which are present on this neutral conductor, they get attracted towards the positive, leaving positive charges on the other side. So positive charges now they are being resided on the other side. Say here positive charges will be there, right? Now charge get polarized within this neutral conductor. Previously total charge is distributed throughout the surface, but now all negative charges come to one side and all positive charges come to the other side, because this positive charge attracts negative charge. Now what I do, I'll take a wire and I'll connect this end to ground. You are grounding it, or this is also called as earthing. Now earth is abundant of negative charge. It has many negative charges. Therefore, when you are grounding this neutral conductor, see now it is neutral, only charge on the surface get polarized. It is not now charged body, it is neutral body itself. Now this neutral body is connected to the ground. When you are connecting it to the ground, what would happen? As there is positive charge on this side, so what would happen? Negative charge from the ground will be transferred, because it is positive charge over here. Ground will transfer negative charge to this conductor in order to compensate this positive charge. So as a result, how much amount of positive charge is there, that much amount of negative charge will be transferred by the ground. So as a result, now you remove this connection, you remove this grounding connection. As a result, what would happen? This conductor, previously it was neutral, now additionally ground is transferring some charge to this conductor. As a result, it has excess number of negative charges. That negative charge will be uniformly distributed on this surface. Now this is charged body. This is charged body, right? So whenever you are taking a neutral body and if you place that nearby a charged body, charge on the neutral body get polarized, and once the charge on it get polarized, if you connect it to the ground, ground will either transfer charge to the neutral body or it can take charge from the neutral body, leaving the neutral body charged. So in this simple example, I have told you that when you are connecting ground to right side of the conductor, because it is positive, it need electrons, therefore ground is transferring the charge. Now let me see the other case. Let me see the other case where same thing. Now this is, let me take, this is A, this is figure A. Now let me see in the figure B what happens. Now say this is neutral body, positive charged body, same glass rod I am taking over here, and here is a neutral body which is mounted on the insulating stand. This is neutral. So all negative charges and positive charges, they get distributed like this. This is negative charges coming over here, positive charge coming over here. Now previously in case A, what did I do? I am taking ground and I am connecting it towards positive side. Now what I do, I'll take the grounding connection and I will put it over here. This is grounding. Now what happens in this case? See, there are excess number of electrons here in this surface, this region where there are electrons greater. As there are excess electrons to the side which you are connecting towards the earth, as a result, what would happen? The negative charge get transferred from body to the earth. Negative charge get transferred from body to that particular earth. So here negative charge from this surface will be transferred to the ground. So when you are connecting negative charge, when you are connecting ground towards the negative side, as this negative charge, whenever you are connecting negative side towards this earth, as a result, what would happen? Negative charge get transferred to the ground. As a result, here there are deficiency of electrons. Now this body has deficiency of negative charge. As a result, this body now, as negative charges from this surface get transferred to the ground, what would happen? This body has excess positive charge. Therefore, this body is said to be positively charged, and that excess positive charge get distributed on the surface, right? So the conclusion of charging by induction is that whenever you are taking a neutral body, placing it nearby a charged body, there is no physical contact here. So point number 1 you should remember is no physical contact. There is no physical contact between charged body and neutral body. Just you are placing it nearby a neutral body. As a result, the charge, when you are connecting it to the ground, it get transferred from either ground to the conductor or conductor to the ground. That depends upon which side you are grounding. So as a result, the positive charge or negative charge will be uniformly distributed on the surface of the conductor, right? This is the first method, charging by induction. Same way, you can do it in the other way also. I'll show you how it is. Right, in case A and case B, we have learned that charge transfer takes place from one conductor to the ground. As a result, leaving the neutral body charged, that is one way. And in the second case, what happens is, instead of taking one body, one neutral body, I can take two neutral bodies, right? Let me take, this is one body, A, and let me take, this is another body, B. Previously, this is neutral. Listen carefully, we are going to solve some problems on these concepts in next coming slides. This is also neutral body. Two bodies are neutral. So as they are neutral, total charge, net charge is equal to 0. Positive and negative charges on their surfaces are equal. Now what I do, I'll bring these two bodies closer to each other. This is A and this is B. As these two are neutral, these two bodies are neutral. So whenever these two bodies are neutral, when you connect them, there is no transfer of any charge because both bodies are neutral. Now what I do, I'll take a glass rod. Here I am taking a glass rod. This is a glass rod. And this glass rod is positively charged. Now, as it is positive charge, what would happen? Negative charge from these two conductors will be transferred onto the other side. So, negative charge come to this side, and as a result, positive charge will be transferred onto the other side. So, all negative charge from surface A and surface B, they will be dragged towards this side. Say I'm naming it as 1, and this side I'm naming it as 2. All negative charge from both the surfaces, conductor A and conductor B, will be shifted towards this surface 1. And obviously when all negative charge is coming over here, what is left over the other side? It is positive. Now I'll remove the contact. These two bodies are now separated. So once they are being separated, as it is having negative charge, total negative charge is distributed on the surface. And what about this conductor B? Upon this, there is positive charge. Right? So in this second method, we are not giving any connection to the ground. We are taking two different neutral bodies and we are just placing it nearby a conductor. As a result, the charge on the two surfaces get polarized, and once the charge get polarized, you are separating them. As a result, surface A get negatively charged, surface B get positively charged, and the total net charge is being distributed on both the surfaces equally. Right? This is the method of charging by conduction. In case of charging by induction, what did we learn? There is no physical contact, but due to there is no physical contact between neutral body and charged body, but somehow due to polarization of the charge and grounding, we are making a neutral body into charged body. But unlike induction, here there will be a physical contact. There will be a physical contact between two bodies. Like for example, I'm taking one conductor over here. Say this is conducting material, let be A, and it is mounted on insulating stand. And I'll be taking a glass rod which is positively charged. Say this is a glass rod, and this glass rod has positive charge on its surface. Now what I do, I'll take this and I'll touch it to surface A. When I am touching it to this surface, this is neutral and this is charged. And I am touching this charged body to neutral body, and this is conductor. Now as it is positive charge, what does it mean? It has deficiency, needs electrons. Need electrons to get neutralized. As a result, when you touch this neutral conductor, what would happen? The negative charges from neutral body get transferred towards this positively charged body. So as a result, negative charge from here, negative charge get transferred to this charged body, resulting this in positive charge. So as all the negative charge, that means not all negative charge, whatever the charge which is required to compensate this positively charged body, that charge get transferred from neutral conductor to positively charged body. As a result, neutral conductor become positively charged. This is now positively charged. This is positive charge. And what about this conductor? It become neutral. It become neutral. So this is how, when there is a physical contact between a charged body and neutral body, there is transfer of charge from one surface to another, leaving neutral body as conductor, neutral body as charged body, and charged body as neutral. So point number 1 you need to learn here is there is a physical contact. There is a physical contact between neutral and charged body. Unlike in induction there is no physical contact. And point number 2 you need to learn here. Point number 2 is, what is your observation? Charged body gets neutral. Charged body get neutralized, and whereas neutral body get charged. Neutral body get charged. And point number 3 you need to learn is, say for example, if positive charge plus 10 coulomb it has. Positive charge, glass rod has plus 10 coulomb. Now when you are contacting that with neutral conductor, how much amount of charge get transferred? Obviously minus 10 coulomb of charge will be transferred to the glass rod in order to make it zero. In order to make it zero. Therefore, neutral body gets charged into positive. So as a result, neutral body gets charge plus 10 coulomb, and before whatever positive charge body, charged body becomes, net charge on this body become 0 coulomb. So there is no charge, there will be no charge, net charge on that charged body will become 0 when you are physically contacting the neutral body with respect to that positive charge, right? So this is charging by conduction. The third method which we has is charging by friction. Charging by friction. So in charging by friction, we will be taking a glass rod. This is a glass rod, and a silk cloth. Glass rod and silk cloth. This glass rod can be neutral. So net charge upon this is neutral glass rod. It is neutral. And this is also neutral. Two bodies are neutral. Now what I do, I'll take this silk cloth and I will rub this glass rod with the silk cloth. So due to friction, what would happen? The negative charge from silk cloth can be transferred to the glass rod. As a result, this become positive and this become negative. So two surfaces get charged in case of friction. So in friction, what we are learning? Point number 1, it is that we need to touch two neutral bodies. Rub one over the other. You are rubbing one surface with the other surface. As a result, what would happen? Second point, what you need to learn is charge transfers from one surface to other. charge transfer takes place from one surface to other. As a result, what is happening here? Two bodies get charged. Two bodies get charged when you are transferring, when you are rubbing one surface with the other. There are three different ways of charging. The methods of charging are three different ways. One is charging by friction, and the other one is charging by conduction, and the other one is charging by induction. In case of friction, what we are doing? We are rubbing two bodies one over the other. As a result, charge transfer takes place from one surface to another surface. Both bodies get charged. And Harshita, you have raised your hand. I'll come back to you once again. Hold on for a while. And next is charging by conduction. In the process of charging by conduction, there is a physical contact between two bodies. Charged body is in touch with the neutral body. As a result, neutral body get charged body get neutral. And the other way is charging by induction. And in charging by induction, there is no physical contact. There is no physical contact between charged body and neutral body, but due to polarization of charge on the surface, there will be body getting charged. So three different ways you can charge body. And one simple example of charging by friction. One simple example we can discuss here. As you could observe that when you get electrified, like when you rub your hand with plastic chair, the hair stands still and the hair gets attracted towards the plastic chair. Is it not? Just like how in this figure it is happening. So hair stand up after you take off your hat, or when you pull your hat off. What is actually happening in this case? When you pull your hat, there is a physical contact between hat and hair. As a result, electrons move from hair to hat. As I already told you, there are excess number of electrons. The whole body's charge gets mostly leaked out from hair because hair has least surface area. Charge get more accommodated at lower surfaces areas. Now hair become positively charged, and as hair become positive charged, what would happen? One hair and hair. This is positive charge and this is also positive charge. Both positive charges get repelled with each other. Due to that repulsion, the hair on the head, they get repelled with each other. This is one simple example of charging by friction. In the diagram 1, what we have seen? In diagram 1, there are two bodies. They are mounted on the insulating stands. So this is A and this is B. And in diagram 2, what you are doing? You are taking these two into contact. These two are being in contact with each other, and you are taking a positive charge. This is positively charged body. As it is positive charge, what would happen? All negative charge get transferred towards this A, leaving this side positive. And now you are separating them. As a result, negative charge is residing on surface A, positive charge is residing on surface B. Now, once they get separated, the total negative charge is uniformly distributed. Total negative charge is uniformly distributed. So two bodies get charged. Now these are charged bodies. And in the beginning, in diagram 1, they are neutral, right? In diagram 1, they are neutral. And in the last diagram, in 4, they are charged. This is the way charging by induction. There is no physical contact between bodies and charged body. There is gap over here. There is no physical contact. And this is one method where you can charge neutral body to charged body. And the other way, which I told you, by grounding. So first you are taking a neutral sphere. This is neutral. And what you are taking? You are taking a negative charged body. This is negative charged glass rod. And this negative charged glass rod is just brought closer to this surface. As a result, positive charge is residing. Positive charge get polarized to the left side. So this side it is positive. This side it becomes negative. And that negative is contacted with the ground. As it is negative charge, ground will receive the charge. So some amount of charge get transferred to the ground. As a result, what would happen? This body get charged. The total positive charge will be uniformly distributed on the surface. This is also charging by induction, but this is by earthing. So charging by induction, there are two possible cases where you can ground a neutral body so that it gets charged, and you can take two neutral bodies and you can charge them. Charging by conduction. What you are doing in this case? You are taking a neutral body. This is neutral. And this neutral body is brought in contact with charged body. It is positive charged. As it is positive charged, the electrons from this surface get transferred to this in order to neutralize this. In order to neutralize this positive charged body, electrons transfer takes place. As a result, what would happen? The electrons from this surface get transferred. So what would happen? As it is less electrons, this become positive charge. Now this is positively charged, right? And this is positively charged. If there are sufficient electrons to transfer from one surface to other, this may become neutral. Suppose if this is not having excess amount of, like if the electrons in this is very, very less in number, then in such cases that cannot compensate this neutral body, so that this becomes positive and this is also positive, right? So that is how charging by conduction takes place.